Hi, I'm Becca. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my studio. I'm happy to have you here with me today, and I want to introduce my little grandfur baby. This is Somi. Her name means beautiful in Korean. I think that's what it was anyway. But she's a feisty little thing. She's wanting to go down, but I wanted to introduce her to you in this video. So I'm going to go put her down. I'll be back in just a second. So I'm back minus puppy. She wanted to go down. So this is what I'm going to be showing you what to make and what it's used for. It's just a very basic sort of art therapy practice just to keep you mindful over the thoughts that are going through your head and for you to remind yourself of the good things that you have in your life that you can take for granted from time to time. So let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. So as you can see, I'm just choosing the paper that I'm going to use for my gratitude box. You can make it any colour that you want it to be. Just think about the mood that you're in at the time when you're making it and see whether if you can reflect on what that colour means to you. I'm in my happy place when I'm in my studio, so purple is my happy colour, but for you it could be something different. Now I'm covering the top. I'm just using a solvent-based glue just so that it doesn't warp the paper. If you use a water-based one, it can make all your paper go crinkly. So now I'm just trimming off around the lid just to neaten it up a little bit. Now it doesn't have to be perfect when you're making something for art therapy. You're not concentrating on what you're actually making. You're sort of focusing on the process that you're doing and what emotions come up while you're creating the piece through your therapy. Now you don't have to use a box like what I'm doing. You could make one out of cardboard, or you could just buy a gift box from somewhere and you could decorate it the way that you want it to be. But if you're like me and you've got things in your stash that you can use, then feel free to use those. Because this box is made of wood, it's quite porous, so I'm having to put quite a bit of adhesive on just to make sure that it sticks properly. I'm not taking too much time on putting things on and getting it absolutely correct. Now as you can see, I'm going around the lock and I'm cutting around the lock now just so that it doesn't go over it. Now as you can see, that's not perfect at all. I'm just wanting to show you that it's not got to be absolutely perfect for it. It's just something for you to visualize the things that you are grateful for. Now being mindful of your emotions and feelings is a good thing. A lot of us sort of suppress our feelings and don't want to verbalize them. So this is a good way for you to be able to remind yourselves of the good things that you have in your life for the days where you're feeling low, or even if you just want to give yourself some happy memories. Now a gratitude box is basically for you to remind yourself of the things that you have, because sometimes when you can be feeling down or stressed, you can think that the world's against you and that you've got nothing, good going on. So these boxes are just a way for you to remind yourself that you do have good things going on in your life. You can put in little notes about the things that you are thankful for. You could put little mementos, like say if you've gone to the seaside and you've had a pleasant trip, you could put a shell in your box and say, I'm grateful for my trip to the coast. Just little things like that. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to write on little bits of paper the things that I'm grateful for, and there's lots of different things. And then when it comes to one of the days where I just need something to remind me of all the good things that I've got, then I will open this box and I will go through them and remind myself of all the good things that I have, and this will help me through my lower times and just remind me of the nice things that I have in my life, like my children and my husband, my garden, my pets, my parents, friends, and just family in general. Because sometimes you can feel incredibly alone, especially if you work in a studio by yourself, like what I do a lot of the time. it can get quite lonely because there's nobody around you to talk to constantly. Whereas when you're in a craft group or something like that, you've got that human connection that you can talk to other people. I mean, you can talk to people through the internet and things like that, and that is a great help. But sometimes you can have those moments where you think, there's nobody that really pays attention to me, like that. There's not much point me being around because people don't see me and things like that. So that's just some thoughts that run through my head from time to time. But then I'm reminded by my family and friends that I am loved and that they're there, and I have all these positive things going off. So as you can see, I've just covered each of the sides and I'm just going around the hinges of the back now. Now, I might actually go and add some extra bits onto my box just because that's me and I've got lots of things to decorate it, but you don't have to. Like I said, this is just a physical reminder of things that you have in your life. So let yourself focus on the task and try to block everything else out that's possibly going on in your head at the moment, and just think about the process. And by calming your mind and thinking of what am I going to do next, it distracts you from whatever that could be distressing you at the time, or something that you're worried about, just something to take your mind away from it. Now, I always think that if you keep your hands busy, it keeps your mind off the things that, you don't really need to be thinking about. So, say if you're having a day where you're not sure what to do with yourself, and I call it being, I feel screwed up. So I just feel like I'm in a knot on the inside. It's nice to have something to be able to do to take my mind away from those thoughts. So my therapy is through my crafts. So as you can see now, I'm just putting some ribbon around the outside, and this is just to put a little bit of interest to it, just because I've got it really. I've got that much ribbon, I thought I need to start using it. But you can do whatever you want to your box. So just try and remember to breathe and think through the process when you're doing it. And then if any emotions do come up for you, then acknowledge them and think that it's okay to have those feelings, and that it's just part of being human. It's okay to have these feelings, and it's okay to have opinions on things, and it's okay to remind yourself that you do have good things about you going on in your life. Now, I'm putting the name on the top of the box, calling it my gratitude box. You don't have to do this. You could just put something else on the top of it. This is just what I wanted to do. So I'm just using my sticker maker machine and just sliding the paper letters through, and then I will be putting on top of the box. So just try and remember, it's your own personal box. It's whatever you want to make it. As you can see, the letters are not completely straight. I'm not wanting to focus too much on it being perfect. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to move them around a little bit, but I'm not making it, so I'm not like drawing lines out, and I'm not spacing them exactly right as I probably usually would when I'm making cards and things like that. This is just, I wanted to focus on actually putting the box together. And that is my box complete. Right, so that's my gratitude box all done and finished. I can lift it up now and show you. Got the wrong hand, stuck in the wrong hand. So as I said, you can make it as basic as you want, or as detailed as you want. It doesn't have to be a box exactly like this. It just needs to be something that you can put little reminders in to help yourself in those times of need. So I've made some little paper notes here. I've got things like understanding and loving husband, 3 beautiful children that make me proud every day, all my fur babies and grand fur babies, and books that can transport you to a different place. So if you're feeling boo and you're not liking the situation that you're in roundabout at the moment, you can get a fiction book and it will take you to somewhere else, or just show you another part of the world or a different way of thinking. It's that sort of thing that you just think of, the things that people don't tend to take for granted every day. I know, you're probably bored, but I'll put you down in a second, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed that, and if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them as always. So if you've liked the video, if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. And if you've not subscribed, you consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.